Canto 19. O Simon Magus, first of phony priests, to sniff for money in the wounds of Christ, and you simoniacs who coined it there, wearing Christ's garments, stripping bare the poor who gladly serve Christ well without rich feasts. Now's the time to see your doom in hell. At the third Mabolge, we climbed the bridge and saw strict justice underneath, supreme in heaven, earth, and also in that ditch. Bottom and sides were pierced by same-sized holes, round, like the font in St. John's baptistry I broke to save a boy who would have drowned had I not done so, a fact which some folk doubt. From each stuck out a sinner's feet and legs up to the knees. The rest was underground, and every foot sole was on vivid fire, the legs writhing so madly I thought the joints were bound to snap like broken strings. Like flames on surfaces of oily things, so moved these flames about on the toes and heels. "Who is that kicking harder than the rest, in redder flames?" I asked. My master said, "Ask him yourself." On the fourth dike he turned, and lifted me down the bank at the base, depositing me in a narrow space by he complaining wildly with his feet. "Though you are planted downwards on your head, unhappy soul, tell me your name," I said. A muffled voice cried out. "Is that Boniface? They lied who said many more years would pass before you came. Are you dead so soon from gluttonizing on the church you raped?" Speechless, I gaped until my guide murmured, "Tell him you are not whom he thinks." I did. The ghost, twisting his feet together, groaned. "Since you ask, I was Pope Nicholas, who cared less for my flock than for my kin. I pursed gold for them. Pursing is the sin that pens me in this fissure. Under me are former popes, guilty of simony. I must be driven further in, when he I took you for arrives. Longer than I, he'll lay within this trench with roasting feet, before the papacy, sold to the French, is torn in two by a greedier deceit." In rage I cried, "What was St. Peter's fee, when Christ said, 'Follow me'? Briefly the Jews worshipped one golden calf with just one head. Your 1,000 golden gods each have a head and tail too. Are coins the Christ that popes should preach? When Constantine made Christianity the Roman Empire's one official creed, he acted well. Pensioning the popes his great donation stimulated greed. Forgiveness for their sins can now be bought by the kings of every wealthy nation. This fornication between church and state brings endless warfare and profanity foretold to us in St. John's Revelation." I chanted all this to the holy cheat, as, moving by anger or by conscience, he kicked hard with both feet. This pleased my guide. Carrying me back up the ditch's side, he did not stop until he put me down upon the highest point of the next bridge, from which the dreadful fate was clearly seen, of those who walked around the next ravine.